What's up, everybody? Yes, I'm sitting up here looking crazy. Per usual, it's early in the morning. It's November 25th, one day before my birthday, my 40th birthday. And I just had a lot of thoughts this morning. I get up very early and I love my early morning time to just sit and think and reflect and kind of like process my day before so that it don't interrupt my new day. And I know I'm sitting up here looking crazy. Sorry, sorry. It's early in the morning. I'm getting myself prepared for the day. And I'm not done. I still have my rollers in my hair. And I'm be taking those out in a minute. I'm not ready to do that yet though. So anyway, I was just thinking about some things. Last year, I released my first book, A Grown Woman's Game, and it had a lot of imagery. And I guess today I'm ready to explain the checker and the chess pieces. My dad taught me how to play checkers. And when he would talk to me as we would be playing the game, he would really be pointing out to me the choices and the decisions that I was making. And he would say, he would just break it down and show me, like, I would get excited because I would feel like, oh, I got to move, and I was able to get one of his pieces. And then he would get two or more of mine, like double jumping here and all over the place. And he would try to show me and say, you can't get so excited that you don't think of the future. You can't get so caught up in one win that you don't consider what that move is going to take from you. And he literally would talk to me in that way. And I did begin to get better at the game. But then years later, well later after his death, I learned chess. And I learned the value of being and going into deep thought when it comes to making choices and decisions in your life. And, I just said over the past couple of years, I have done a lot of things differently when it comes to even the smallest choices and decisions in my life. I give it a lot of great thought. I don't like making rash, quick decisions that aren't really well thought out and things like that. And I've realized over the years how people in my life have influenced how I respond to things. And going into my 40th year of life is like, wow, I'm grateful for the change. I'm grateful that I could see something coming back around. And I can sit and I can think about it and I don't get consumed by it. And I can really make a sound choice and decision to move in a certain way and not allow whatever rush of emotion, because what came back to me was the rush of excitement I would get when I would see that I had a win playing checkers with my dad. And I would be so excited. It literally would blind me to where I'm going to land and what's going to happen after I land there. And it took for me to continue to lose big for me to see the reward in sitting back and saying, if I take this, I'm going to miss out on all of that. And so now, no, I don't just take that. I don't just sit back and just take it anymore. Now, I sit back and I think and I analyze and I evaluate everything, because I know that everything matters. Everything. And yeah, I like that. I like now, I sit back and I watch versus just responding. You know, I sit back and I watch how others respond to certain things. And I used to then do that. I would just be all in my head. And I love the fact that I'm more self-aware and just aware of how others are going to respond to me and what that says by the way that they respond to certain things. I love that I can see that now. Whereas in the past, I really was so blinded by the rush of feelings and emotions that I would have that I couldn't see moving forward. But now I do. And as that song says, I once was blind, but now, oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I knew that learning those two games and getting those lessons was a big deal in my life. That's why that imagery is there. And I wanted to bring it into that story in a visual way. I did. And I'm glad that I did that. And today it's like it really came back full circle because in life you have to continue to elevate. I love playing checkers. I've taught my son how to play now, and I love now playing chess, and we play that. And there's another game, Chinese checkers, that my dad introduced me to as a child, and I want to give that to my son. I want to give them ways of critically thinking about things and understanding how to evaluate something and really look at it and be very observant and be very strategic, because you matter and you have value. That's what I want my sons to know. I want to know that I'm strategically thinking about them and how they feel and my choices and my decisions. If they are in a position where they're feeling like, well, hey, Mom, what you're doing is hurting me. What you're doing, the moves that you're making, they're not really benefiting me. They're my other players on the board. I'm protective of them. So to hear and to know that the moves that I'm making is not benefiting them, it's not protecting them, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, you know what? You matter to me. What you say, how you feel, the way that I'm behaving, the way that I'm responding, it is hurting you, it's bothering you. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that because they're not pawns. They're not. They're valuable. And if they ain't valuable to nobody in this world, they're going to always know that they're valuable to me. Always. So I'm going to do everything and make choices and decisions that's going to protect their heart, mind, soul, and spirit to the best of my ability, to how I feel like God leads me to do that. And I know that I can't protect them from everything, but my choices and my decisions can be that of protecting them. And I'm learning to just look at the pieces that God has given me and manage that. There are a lot of things that's just out of my control, and for the first time in my life, I'm not feeling in a position where I have to control the uncontrollable. So, I do feel good about that. I don't feel great. There's stuff still happening out of my control. However, I feel good trusting God. And I feel good about what I can do. So, on that note, I would love for you to go and purchase your very own copy of A Grown Woman's Game. It's out on Amazon, and I'll have the link in the description box. And you all be blessed. Peace.